This new AI coin jumped 2,000% in just 7 days. You cannot miss this. I'm Brett at CryptoGX, and in today's video, we are talking about ChainOpera AI, and we're basically going to go over what happened in the last week, why it is up over 2,000%, and where we think it's going to go next based on what's actually happening with this coin. So this is ChainOpera AI on CoinGecko.com, and I'm actually going to go back to the page where I found it, which was on the top trending coins for today on CoinGecko. And now this is a site that I check daily, especially you would know this if you watched my other video on the 5 sites to basically keep yourself up to date in crypto. But with this particular site, there is a kind of paired site that I take a look at with this, which is also the trending cryptocurrencies on CoinMarketCap.com. The reason why I'm mentioning both of these sites is because typically when I'm looking at these, whether it's daily or weekly, the coins that I see on each site are most often different from each other for the most part. They run their algorithm differently for what is trending and what's not. And when I was looking today, I saw ChainOpera AI on both of these sites. It does not happen very often, and when that does, it sparks a really interesting thought in my head, because basically it means that it is very, very trending if both sites are actually putting it in the top coins here. On CoinGecko, we've got it at number 5, and on CoinMarketCap, we've also got it at number 5 actually. Now, in the last 24 hours, it's up 86%, at least according to CoinMarketCap, 84 according to CoinGecko. But let's dive into exactly what's happening. And I'm going to open it up on both sites as well, because it's really important to see, what the differences are here. And both of these sites have different information, so it's important to take a look. So both of these sites have things like their market cap, the full diluted value, website, socials, and all that good stuff to kind of learn about this token. We're actually going to dive into their website and their socials and things like that first, because I think it's really important to kind of get a sense of what this particular coin is doing, where it's coming from, and all that good stuff. So as you can see here, this is the Binance Chain, and I opened up the BSC scan. So we are on Binance Chain. Now, Binance Chain right now is actually starting to pop off trend-wise as well. If we go to Binance Square, you can see the number 1 trending topic is BNB meme season. So BNB meme coins are starting to rise, or at least smaller cap tokens, not necessarily meme coins. They're starting to rise. So this is a good thing to track the overall trends and macro view of, what people are searching and interested in. And the fact that it is growing, it's not necessarily just a fluke, because BNB is having some focus here. So that's one little check mark, at least in my mind. Now next, this little on their social, this little button right here, it's GitHub. This is going to present, looks like their repositories. Usually it'll have some sort of AI contracts. It'll have kind of back-end developer kind of information stuff. If you are really technical and know that kind of stuff, you can look into it. Typically, I just like to look for the documentation, which I believe we'll probably end up finding on their site. So we're going to skip that. But if you want to go into their GitHub, you can. Before we get to their website, their social looks really good just off of the fact that they have almost 500,000 followers. Looks like they're based in San Francisco, which I like. And the first thing here, Binance Perp Plus Alpha, let's go. So September 23rd, this looks like the crux of what caused this big boom here. And I'm going to get back to that in a second, but we're going to talk about what this is. So right here, it shows collaborative intelligence of AI agent and model network co-created and co-owned by everyone, a full stack AI connecting users, agents, models, data, and GPUs. So for anyone that's not super technical out here, it is simply a way of combining AI and data for use by users, and basically putting a lot of, control, or at least the hope is to put control of it in the hands of the owners of the project, or the owners of the coin, by saying co-owned by everyone. But let's dive into their website to find out a little bit more about what all of that actually means. So their site from the get-go looks fantastic. So they've got an AI terminal app, they've got an agent platform, they've got a model and GPU platform. It looks like they're just doing some sort of large language model or large data model with a potentially a AI agent. AI agent means it'll do things for you rather than just give you responses. Now, if we scroll down here, wow, trusted by USC, Samsung, Denso, Toyota. They got a bunch of partners. We don't know what involvement these partners have exactly, but that's pretty cool. These are big names. Now, they've got a collaborative intelligence AI network created by the community. Let's find out more about this. Wow, they've got a lot of detail here. We're going to need to simplify this very succinctly, very quickly. So one of the things that I think is great about all the tools that we have available to us is we can put the white paper, which is kind of the documentation of a new platform or site or company or project, into ChatGPT and have it simplify it for us very quickly. And then beyond that, we can dive into the specific pages, but it'll give us a nice synopsis. The first thing that is really important here is that it's basically putting ChatGPT in the hands of people, not specifically ChatGPT, but their own AI platform where people can build and use bots. They can lend their own computer, their data, or skills to help run these bots. So basically your computer will be a powerhouse for others and you can lend that computing power out. And then because of that, you're going to get paid in their coin. Now, we don't need to go super deep into that right now because this is a trending coin. So understanding the full fundamentals deeply is for a later video. But right now, as you can see, it has gone up a crazy amount. The community sentiment is not strong enough in my opinion. But what really makes this different from others, beyond the fact that it popped up in both of the trending coins lists for CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, is that we're also seeing big news about this particular project as well. The block is one of my favorite places to get crypto news. It's all about crypto. And this was on the trending list of new pieces. Now, essentially what this article is talking about is that this project just launched, became insanely popular. It's listed on big exchanges like Binance and Bybit. It's already worth over $4 billion, but that is the fully diluted value. Before we move on, the fully diluted value, if we go up here, is right here. The market cap is $1 billion, but they're saying it's worth $5 billion, which is not necessarily true. Basically what that means is the market cap is the number of coins available times the price. So the number of coins on the market times $5.50, that's $1 billion. Now the fully diluted value means that there is more coins that could be available, meaning something like the project as a whole holds those coins, or like Bitcoin, there's not all of the Bitcoin that will ever be minted yet, right? We have the 21 million cap of Bitcoins, but that will be an end. And so the fully diluted value of Bitcoin would be once all of those are mined, blah, blah, blah. So not all of the coins are available to the market yet. And that presents somewhat of an issue, especially being that we're only at 20% of the entire coins available on the market. So if all of the rest of the coins got dumped on the market, instead of them just being sold for $4 billion, they would then typically, I mean, in my mind, it doesn't work exactly, but essentially it would split the price right now. So if you dumped, it's kind of like inflation, right? When you print a bunch more dollars, then the rest of the dollars are worth less. So if you print a bunch of these coins, then the rest of the coins that were already in circulation are then worth less. So that's something to watch for in the long-term growth of this particular coin. It hasn't been around for very long, less than a month, but let's keep looking into this. Now, this is why people care. Obviously, AI is super popular right now. ChatGPT is doing all sorts of crazy things. Everybody's watching it every day. OpenAI, all that good stuff. Now, this platform is tapping into that AI virality. Now, in this article, what they're saying is that this is a project that is actually doing something. There were other projects in crypto that were AI related called Virtuals or Sahara AI. And in this article, they're basically touting this project for actually working. So let's talk about what it actually does more than we kind of did before. Now, obviously we have AI things like large language models like ChatGPT. ChatGPT now has an agent feature that we talked about before. This project, as we kind of discussed briefly, has that AI agent feature. It's got a full AI ecosystem because it's got, you know, the language models, the data models, AI agents, and then they're also incorporating all of that into blockchain systems that record everything publicly on the chain. And then all of this is kind of connected together through all of that technology and, you know, blockchain essence, which is really important. Now, they built this project on the Binance Smart Chain, BNB. The price of BNB recently went from $500 in May to about $1,300. And a lot of focus has been going on the Binance Chain because of this. And you can see Binance Chain has the most in fees recently over a 24-hour period based on, you know, huge volume in trades and transactions. And because of this, there's a lot of people that are available to be, you know, interested in this platform, being that it's on the Binance Chain. 3 million people have been using AI tools. 300,000 of them use BNB tokens to pay for things. 40,000 people actually bought the COIA tokens. Basically, this means that there are people using this product and there are people buying this token to use it. Now, this post that was referenced in the article basically talks about how crypto doesn't have an everyday use app. You know, like every day you're going to be on TikTok, you're going to be on Instagram, you know, things like that. Crypto doesn't have an app that you pull open every day. And I mean, even ChatGPT, a lot of people use every day. I know myself, I do every single day. And so this person is saying that AI is going to solve that problem. And maybe this platform is going to either be a step in that direction or solve that problem. Now, if you're not familiar with perps trading, which is perpetual futures, I did a video on that. So check out the video on the channel about leverage trading, perpetual trading. There's lots more information about learning what that is. But the perpetuals daily volume on the Binance Smart Chain exceeded exceeded $1 billion. Now, perps are the core listing strategy of ChainOpera AI, which basically means that they released something that is incredibly popular and lots of people are trading with, so the volume flowed that direction because it was hype. So basically, whoever is making this project and committing to what it is and when it's getting released and following the trends of the world, they are incredibly smart or incredibly lucky. Now, I potentially think luck has a lot to do with it because to develop a platform like this takes a long time. So if you're developing something that is just happens to be perpetuals trading and lots of people are trading on that, let's say, even if it was done in a few months and that change happened, they weren't going to be able to predict that in a few months time. And this was probably in development for much longer. So obviously we're in an uptrend with the bull market and as a whole, and ChainOpera AI is following that uptrend. So it is helpful to be in a bull market when you're releasing a project because everybody thinks everything's going up, and then because of that, lots of things do. But the big picture is that it's really fitting into this main narrative of the 2025 bull run, which is that AI in crypto is starting to get really exciting. Now, things like this happened in the last bull run, maybe not quite the same, or arguably definitely not the same, but NFTs were huge in the last crypto bull run, right? Especially at the end. And we're nearing the end here of the bull run, and AI is getting especially exciting. The difference here is that, NFTs and AI are not the same thing. AI has massive use case. People use ChatGPT every day. The AI is not going away, and it is a massive utility. People said NFTs had massive utility. In reality, we've kind of learned that that's not necessarily the case in the way that people were saying it before. Now people are converting NFTs into tokenizing real world assets and lots of other actually useful things. But the, profile picture character NFTs, is not really the same thing. It's, a little bit, I would say arguably much less useful than, agentic AI. So AI is not going anywhere, and this is only going to grow as we all know and expect. So these exciting AI coins, if you pick the right one, you are going to do massively well, especially going into the next bull run. If you see an AI coin, I think this is probably where a huge amount of opportunity lies. With the previous bull run, there were opportunities like Solana, and obviously this is not AI related, but Solana went up to about $200 in the previous bull run, and then in the crash went down to about $20, and Solana was massively popular. And at that time when Solana went down to $20 about 2 years ago, I was like, I'm gonna buy a bunch of Solana, and I just didn't have the capital to be putting everything into Solana, but I knew, okay, we were at an all-time high last time, we are going to get up to $200 again. And what do you know? A year and a half, 2 years later, that $20 went to $200, so anybody I told that could have 10x their value. And that doesn't mean I'm an oracle and calling everything as perfectly as day, but I think that there are going to be opportunities like this for AI coins in this round. Whatever the most exciting AI coins are, and even other non-AI coins, just to generalize for the bull run, things like Sui that has gotten a lot of hype, but not that much, in the area where Solana was last bull run, where it was kind of getting close to the top market cap coins, but not where it is now. They're going to fall, and there's going to be some great buying opportunities as long as you are ready to wait for 2 years for it to go down to a low, and then wait for another 2 years for it to come back up to a new all-time high, or at least where it was before. So I am now going off on a tangent, but I think that this is absolutely one to watch and keep an eye on throughout this bull market. It has gone up way too far for me to be comfortable buying it, thinking that it's going to have much more upside over the next few months. I think that this is currently in a hype train, even though it looks fairly steady. It's only been 7 days. If you put this on a trading view chart, it would be a little more worrisome. So ChainOpera AI looks like it's going somewhere, but keep an eye on it with the fundamentals and with any more backing and to see where it grows to. And I think that this could potentially have a great impact for the next bull run or the next real AI project that takes hold in our daily life and basically becomes a household name. It could be the one, or it could influence the next one. So I hope you learned something. If you did, make sure to drop a like on this video so others can find it. Make sure to subscribe to stay tuned for all things crypto. And I'll leave links in the description for Coinbase and Crypto.com, where you'll get at least $50 in free crypto just for signing up with those links. And if you're interested in meme coins, I'll leave a link to MoonShot where you can claim some free meme coins just for signing up. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.